So this is my review on the Power Rangers movie. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. Yay. So, after some fun but unnecessary stunts and stuff, which is basically random shit, these construction workers stumble upon on this egg, and in that egg is a main villain called Ivan Ooze. Zordon explains that Ivan Ooze has been accidentally been released from being chained up for so many years, and he got chained up from warriors of Zordon, similar to the Power Rangers. Well, I guess were the Power Rangers. Um, something unclear. Come to think about, they don't say that the Power Rangers that imprisoned Ivan Ooze, but you kind of get that feeling that it was a group of Power Rangers. So anyway, Lord Zed and asks Ivan Ooze to destroy Zordon, and leads him to do his being evil guy, a bad guy, and so the Ivan Ooze henchmen distract the Power Rangers as they morph into Power Rangers, and they easily beat them after they morph, and it's pretty cool. And so that was just a distraction, so they would lose their power in Zordon, because he Ooze damaged the command center where all the power is located. And we see Zordon is aging very fastly and eventually will die. So it's up to the Power Rangers to save them and go to this planet. So Alpha sends them to this planet to get this new power. Meanwhile, Ooze is selling Ooze to kids only to brainwash their parents so they can make more Ooze. And well, it doesn't brainwash the kids, it brainwashes the adults. So therefore the kids are just getting distracted by playing with the Ooze and stuff. And this kid finds out Ooze's plan and explains it to everyone that they've been tricked. And at first they don't believe him, but somehow he gets them to believe them. So they help him save their parents. They help him and team up together to save their parents. Well, the Power Rangers take out Ivan Ooze. Oh yeah, they managed to succeed at that mission that they were doing, because they got the new power. It was new Ninja Zords, and they can transform into the Power Rangers again. And they do this whole in a spiritual journey. So unlike the show when came up with plots that were creative, and instead they decide to use two plots. Well, that has been done before, and pull them off in a so-so way. And you know what that is? That's the spiritual journey, and also the kids have to save the adults because they're being brainwashed. You see, it's a lot of it's kind of stupid, but a lot of it's very smart, and a lot of the ideas are very smart, but a lot of the ideas are kind of stupid, which makes a really good adaptation. Now you don't really need to see the show at all to see the movie, because this takes its place in its own continuity timeline. That got canceled after the first movie. But they had the same cast that plays the Power Rangers in the later seasons after the old cast gets replaced by these new characters. So the kids save the adults from being brainwashed by spraying water on them and spraying the ooze off them, spraying water on them, holding the adults back from killing themselves. And it was fine. The Power Rangers, come back to the city to defeat Ooze and his henchmen, and his creations, and he does that. They do that, but then Ooze turns into this Ooze Megazord, and by bonding with the robots and himself, the creation is like Ooze Megazord. Now he's giant, so the Power Rangers beat him by kicking him in the nuts, and he flies into a comet. Well, he doesn't fly. He gets kicked in the nuts and then goes landing in a comet. Because the Power Rangers plan worked. So the Power Rangers plan worked, and after that, they go back to save Zordon. But it looks like it's too late. That Zordon is out of time, and they're out of time, which does lead to this very touching thing. The Power Rangers grieving over Zordon's death, and Tommy gives a speech about as long as they have incredible power, they can do whatever they want. They can do anything. So they simply bring Zordon back from the dead by believing in each other's powers, and also through love. The power of love and belief. So, which works. Pink Ranger is the most happy, and she was going to say, we thought, you were dead. But she didn't finish, and Dawn was a little interested, and he just says, "It's good to see you too." And the Power Rangers and everyone in the town is all celebrating because the Power Rangers saved the day again for the help with the kids helping out the Power Rangers. And the Power Rangers they get thanked by the town after this party, and they kind of hinted at this kid that had this sort of arc would be a Power Ranger, but that never got really explored, so that got kind of thrown out of the window. He would probably be the Gold Ranger or the Silver Ranger. It looks like they might be building up that if they were going to do that if they made a second movie. Because the Power Rangers said, "I hear you're going to be a Power Ranger." And he just like shrugs off and says, "Yeah, that's impossible." So they all live happily ever after, and till this cliffhanger happens when Lord Zed and Frieza gets free from Oo's magical snow globe and the regular size again. And it's a cliffhanger that will be a cliffhanger till the end of time. Power Rangers, the movie, has its problems, but it's still pretty good. I mean, I personally love this one, so I guess it's a thumbs up.